Hello and welcome back to the Charot Room. This is Angel.
And your queen mother of the ball, the FaelnarTe.
Kimsey.
Or Kim Chan, or Kim C. Anyway, welcome back to Charot Room. And today we have a very, 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 very special guest. Sometimes I get psyched if it's actually checking in the things that matter or if it's Charot Room. But today we have my sister, Ali Cat Castle. She's a makeup artist to a news anchor. She is very talented. She has her own YouTube channel, Ali Cat Castle, and we also have a talk show together, the checking in on things that matter for sisters like Angel and Ali. She is my trans daughter, so it's Lee's trans granddaughter. Please welcome Ali Cat Castle.
Hi everyone, mabuhay! Welcome to Charot Room, the most exciting talk show during the weekday for sure. Because during the weekend, it's us. So I'm kidding.
So many cross promotions.
Yes, I mean, I always watch this shows like Angel and Ali every Sunday. I'm like a suke.
Yeah, thank you very much for being there. Like, especially on the live chat, because it's nice to engage people, and we kind of have like a following of regulars going to that. Similar to this show, there's a lot of like regulars. So I hope we can cross promote going watching that show on Sundays and then watching this show on Tuesdays. And Ali Cat Castle's show on Saturdays and whatever other days of the week.
I know.
Very Viva.
I know, sis. What made you, I mean, I know you're a makeup artist, but what made you also decide to make your YouTube video about makeup?
Well, as you all know, I was a makeup artist for the department store or for retail for like more than 10 years. And so I basically, my clients became my friends. And then when I started working full-time for the news as a makeup artist last year, the only way that I communicated with them was through either like Messenger or text. But like the things that I've taught them on makeup, once you build a relationship, the loyalty is there. So they kept on asking me for me to make like a YouTube video. But I was like, you know what? I'm not really good at that. And then I went to the news, right? So pre-COVID, before COVID, there were also several reporters that I worked with then who kept on asking, why don't you start a YouTube channel? So I said again, I'm not good at technology. All I know is like makeup, blah, 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 blah. And then the pandemic happened. So I'm not as busy as I was anymore before, because before I used to work for like 6 to 7 days. And so I turned to Angel into how I would go about it. I even told her, I'm just gonna go organic. I'm just gonna do my makeup and it's gonna be the whole 40 minutes. She said, nobody's gonna watch your show.
I did. Well, for the whole 40 minutes, if it's unedited, that's.
So I was like, yeah, that's true, right? So Angel is the reason why, as a true mother, who really pushed me into also starting my engine, because she was kind of like the one who taught me that this is how you're gonna start it, and this is how you're gonna do it. And because of her, I was able to really get into the car and start zooming. So there. So now I'm like so happy and yeah, because for the longest time I never thought that I could do something like this because I'm always scared of technology. I do everything on my phone. And so that's actually how it all started. But ultimately, it's for me to be able to cater to my clients before, as well as to the reporters that I could not really help now because of the pandemic. So I can only work with one person.
Now, actually, Ali teaches me some tricks and, from editing and like having this graphics and these things. So she actually surpassed whatever I taught her. That's how much dedicated she is with her, with her YouTube channel. So it's definitely worth watching if you guys haven't checked it out.
I know. I love watching your channel. I like that some of your inspirations are native Filipino like food dishes that we get to know, and that it's just nice to see like, oh my god, you're right, I could like actually look at a dish and like see like, oh my god, maybe my next makeup inspiration is dinuguan.
Why
The
not?
only
You know, like
the only complaint I have with that, is nakakagutom. Like
Yeah.
now I'm craving for mango, like green mangoes. Like when I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, now I only can think about like green mangoes. Where can I get?
well, the inspiration really behind the me bringing the Filipino culture with us is as a fob. I consider myself a fob, fresh off the boat, because there are certain jokes here in the US that I will never get. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, what I keep on saying whenever someone asks me about, how do I see myself now, being like a Filipino American, I always say that I like basically, especially to all my friends who live here who are non-Filipinos, I tell them I basically have the same dream as your great grandmothers, great grandfathers when they moved here. I'm basically just continuing the legacy that they've left behind. And just like them, I brought with me where I came from and the country that molded me to the person that I am today. But moving here to America made me the woman that I am today. And so me incorporating where I came from to where I live now, giving both respects to the Philippines as well as the United States, is what makes my channel true to its content. Because I'm basically a mixture of both the Philippines and the United States. Thank you very much. And I thank you!
That's a nice way to
Yeah.
put it in perspective, because obviously America is the land of immigrants, and obviously the older generation immigrants have brought in some things from their country here, but whatever we're bringing, like our generation, because obviously we're all immigrants here, like all four of us, so it's still a little bit different from what our titas and titos and lolos and lolas, even if they're also from the Philippines, they might have a little bit of a difference in terms of what they can bring here and what we can bring here as well. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. It totally makes sense. I mean, like,
Yeah.
because you know what, like they have a different generation as we have a different generation as well. It's just great that we're actually in a time where we get to celebrate our lives, and really be open and proud to be trans, and that, it's beautiful and it's special being trans. It's transformational.
O ikaw, Kim, ang tahimik mo. What can you say?
Ano ba yung tanong ko? Do you have any questions naman for me? As we all know, Miss Kim Chan is someone who is very dear to me. And she's always like the Mayumi type, this very feminine type. But I always respect her because she's always the sweetest. And she has like a very, very, very pure and giving heart. And no other than the person who will ask me a question right now, Miss Kim Chan.
Yes!
No, actually. Actually, I just wanted to say, like, I really enjoy the jokes because, like you said earlier, like there are jokes here that like, what was that? Like there are jokes here in America that I can't. I mean, you understand English, but you don't get the joke, or I don't get the joke. But yeah, because I'm a super fan, a big fan, and I really enjoyed like the opening, all the promotion, those stuff, those short steals. Like it's really like it catches um even my Teddy, Habibi, hi. And he enjoys like all the energy is like all the way up there, like the and then the ooh, those kind of stuff. Yeah, it's super. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's actually like I became comfortable when suddenly one day I talked to my college friend and she said, I really like your channel, but it's like, why don't you put a little bit of Tagalog in there? Because I felt like sometimes when we speak in English, we like even I myself, I feel like, oh my gosh, is my grammar correct? Even if most of the time it's wrong. So it's like my friend said, if you put some Tagalog in there, you know, I mean, you can also cater to the Filipino people, where it's true. If I actually speak Tagalog or Taglish, it's more fun. I feel more comfortable because that's really, you know, Tagalog is my or first language, at least like for me and Angel, and then English is second. But there are also like I'm also more used to like the Tagalog jokes, you know, like, and also the like how do you mga hirit, yung mga ganyan, the side comments, mga
especially like the Beki jokes, the Beki
example, like the word Beki. Speaking of, Beki has a different meaning in the dictionary here in the US than in the Beki in the Philippines. So a lot of people thought that, are you kind of like the brown version of the Beki version here in the US? I said, I actually not know before that there was actually a version here. I actually said, actually the Beki term, if you actually look at the spelling, is different from the Beki here. It's Beki, which is kind of like a universal term for the LGBTQ back in the Philippines, because there's no a direct translation of transgender when it comes to like English to Tagalog. And that's the reason why I just chose Beki, because Beki is kind of like a universal term. I felt like it was more feminine than bakla or bading, which is also a word for being gay. And also brown skin, because as Asians, as Filipinos, we fall under the brown skin category. And I would like to celebrate that, because as Filipinas, we're very lucky to be able to tan well. And that we're like, you know, that's the beauty of it. Morena, Kayumanggi is the true color of the Filipino people. Just like the chocolate hills, dinuguan, and champorado. Welcome!
Ayun na, attack of the brown skin Beki.
That's exactly a sample of what you would get if you watch Ali's channel. It's funny because
super fun.
Brown skin Beki, I feel like it's also a homage to Beyonce, because her song, she says Beki with the good hair in one of her songs, and she also is like brown skin. She has a song that's brown skin lady, I think, or brown skin girl. So did you know that?
I actually did not know that. Mine is like, because I want mine to be like BBBBB. So as you can see, I said, Mabuhay, welcome, Miss Alicat Castle, your BFF, your Beshie, your brown skin Beki. So I feel like, you know, it's easier to understand than me introducing myself before. Hi, my name is Alicat Castle, and I'm a Filipino-American transgender makeup artist here in Washington, D.C. I mean, hello. I mean, duh. It's just so, it's too formal, and I'm not really a formal person. So I felt like in time, I was able to find the right words for me, which is really that. Because I'm really like that to all my friends. As you know, Lee, Kim, Angel, whenever I'm with you guys, I love it. Because I really feel like I just really want to be a Beki, a friend, a Beshie, a BFF to anyone. I really love company, you know, like I like being friends with someone. So, yeah, that's why.
And I can attest to that. Like growing up, it's even like in family gatherings and friends gatherings, she's always like the more animated one in the family.
Well, speaking, where do you get your inspirations? Or can you tell us about
Kim's channel.
Can you tell us? Sorry, nawala. Can you tell us about your acting, inspiration, actors, those kind of stuff, like, and your taglines, you know, the jokes and everything?
Well, the inspiration behind all like the lines and my script basically is, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I pray every day to God for Him to lead me to doing what, or like the content that I have to do. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a content yet for the following week. I always focus on the present week, just because I feel like I want it to be fresh. If I keep on thinking right away in advance what's gonna be for the next one, if you actually watch my episodes, there are like two kinds: the singing with the gratitude and the makeup. And it's loaded with I mean, like a lot of like laughter, craziness, and all my like pop up
Editing skills.
So,
Yeah.
so I need to focus on the present time, and I cannot think of like the further one coming for like the following weekend because it's a lot of work. So so I pray to God, and you know what? I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I just wake up in the morning, and Kim, the idea just pops in my head. I'm not even kidding. Like I always pray that like Lord, like I trust you. Anytime during the day or whatever, I'm sure you're gonna let me know what I need to do next. In fact, I actually have a notebook. That's my notebook. And then if you actually see, it has a lot of like notes in it. And I always bring my notebook with me because I feel like I don't want to forget anything. And it's like a diary. It's like my second notebook already. And I feel like, yeah. So, and I'm not sure. I hope I answered your question. But I pray to God for him to give me the right content. That's why, like, right now, if you watch my episodes, at the end of the episode, I mean, I'm quite religious. I actually put, like, a Bible quote in the end. Just so, like, it's kind of like my way of thanking God and sharing him to the world. You know, I'm sure not a lot of people are religious. But I'm not telling everyone for them to like read the Bible or something, but it's just my way of praising him and thanking him and bringing him in everything that I do.
You know what? That's spoken like a true pastor, like a minister. Like whatever the Spirit brings to you, then that becomes like the Spirit just embodies you for that moment, and then you just do the work.
Yeah, like
And
right now,
being an artist.
Yeah, like right now I'm very excited because I feel like I'm finally with all of you. And whenever I go to Los Angeles, I really hang out with all of you. So I'm quite emotional because, I mean, this is really special to me. You know, like sisterhood and being there for each other. And that's basically like, that's the reason why I love what you do, Lee, Kim, Angel, and Justine, of course. You know, like we just want to like let the world know how we have like something to share, and that's what the world really is. You know what? Whatever you're gifted with, you just want to share that to other people. Because you know what? Once we die, what will you leave? The things that you will leave are the things that you shared. But if you did not share anything, then what will people remember you by? You know?
That's so sweet. Like, wait,
Oh, that's
like I
great.
need to process that for a second because that's like really heartfelt.
Yeah, so make sure that if you say something that's heartfelt, that you wear waterproof mascara, that you're that the glue on your eyelashes is doubled, and that your eyeshadow is really good quality. Just so that it's okay to cry and still be beautiful. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's what she means by sharing, you know. So you share what you know, like the tips and tricks of the makeup. No, just kidding.
So I know Angel's your trans mom, which
Yes.
I don't want to mention like the one that follows because it aged. Yeah, I'm kidding. So
Sinabi ko na naman kanina eh.
I know sinabi mo na pero ayoko na ulitin. I mean, you know, repetition sometimes make people remember more, so I'm just not gonna say it again. No, I'm kidding. So basically, did your knowledge of makeup make it easier for you to be more confident in transitioning, or were you already confident, or did you have that confidence already?
Actually, I'll be honest with you. I've always been the maarte, or how do you call maarte? The vain one in the family, right, Angel? Ever since we were kids. That's the reason why I say I was not smart, because I was always in front of the mirror. Like, we went to an all-boys school, and I would be the one who would always have a fan with her. I had a brush in my, or like a comb in my bag, or my purse or whatever. But anyway.
And using lotion already and having the swab for the hair.
I know.
You remember
What was
swab?
the question? I forgot the question.
Did your knowledge of makeup make it easier for you to transition, like the confidence?
Okay, to answer that question, yes. But I actually started, I'll believe it or not, I wore more foundation and more concealer and more powder and bronzer before pre-transition, when I did not transition yet as a transgender woman. Because I was so scared then that if I transition, then, I might lose my job. Because pre-Caitlyn Jenner days, it's kind of like, it was still hard, kind of like, to be kind of like out there and, present yourself as a trans woman. And then, but definitely makeup helped in terms of like my confidence. And then once I transitioned, it's funny because once you really live your truth, your authenticity, it's funny. Like I'm wearing less makeup now, at least on my foundation and concealer, as compared to before my transition. So yes, it helped me. It helped build my confidence in the sense that it was kind of like my tool in order for me to hide my insecurities. But as we get older, though, our experiences actually make us the confident person we are today. Like right now, I'll be honest with you, there are times that I really don't care. It's like, if people see me this way, then let it be. You're beautiful regardless, with or without makeup.
Yeah.
When I started transitioning, I had to ask Ali a lot of like tips in terms of makeup, especially like before I kind of was doing it all the time. And I can relate because obviously at the beginning, you kind of have to put all of the makeup on. If anything, that was actually a pressure for me because the way Ali does my makeup, I can't replicate. And I feel like I always have to like kind of match it whenever I was doing makeup at the beginning. But eventually, you get confident, I guess, with less makeup. At some point, I have to have the eyeliner. I think it's because whenever I look at myself in the mirror without the eyeliner, I see my old self, and kind of with the eyeliner, it's the new self. So it's kind of like a reset button. But again, after being transitioned for a long time, it doesn't really matter anymore if I have the eyeliner or not. I see myself as a woman.
I felt bad actually for Angel because when I also started like doing makeup before, she kind of became my guinea pig. There was even a time when the first time I actually like used an eyelash curler, I pinched her lower eyelid, like skin, and I really felt so bad. Like she was, I'm not even Lee. I'm not even kidding. I really pinched her, and that was like in the bedroom in Jersey City. And then it was crazy. I still remember that time, the first time that we went out during Halloween. Then I did Angel's makeup as a pirate. Then I remember, but the following year it was better. She was a rainbow bride, and I dressed up kind of like as a
strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, strawberry shortcake.
but it wasn't too bad. There's no permanent damage on the pinching. Plus, I reacted because I think what matters also is you have to react so that the other person knows that it's being pinched. So no harm done. Not no permanent harm done.
I know, pero si Kim has the best makeup tip ever. Just wear shades or something.
Are you throwing shade on the shaded girl?
You know what,
It seems like
about Kim? It's just she's just like naturally beautiful. Like, I'll be honest with you, like even if I say that, I mean like I say that yes, I mean, of course, we're all beautiful even without makeup. But I actually say my name is Alicat Castle. I may be extra on the outside, but I'm a very simple girl and a very basic on the inside. I just really cannot live without eye makeup. It's that one thing that I cannot live without. So,
what's your favorite eye makeup? What's your favorite eye makeup to do for you?
Definitely a dramatic cat eye, like a liner. Like Angel, I cannot live my everyday life without a liner. Or like a smoky eye. Like I'll be honest with you, if I were to choose between either foundation and concealer over eye makeup, I'd rather choose eye makeup, and it's okay for me not to apply concealer or foundation. just because I feel like your eyes are your window to the world. Corny. No, no, but what inspires me is like the Egyptian goddesses. Like that's how it all started. Like Cleopatra's eyes and things like that. Like those things, it inspires me. Anything like that.
Ako naman, the eyes are the nipples of your face.
Oh my God.
Sometimes it's pink. Toss.
Sometimes it's brown.
And sometimes there's discharge.
And what's your favorite palette for your eyes?
I'll be honest with you. All products out there are pretty much for me the same. The only difference there sometimes are certain ingredients. And as long as you know the certain steps to do it, you can achieve the same look even with a $1 eyeshadow. I'm not even kidding.
That's a talented makeup artist.
No, I'm not kidding. Like, for example, for the longest time, for more than 10 years, I worked for like the luxury department store. But now my whole makeup on my face, the primer on my lid is like Milani, which is almost like $7 and change. The eyeshadow that I used was LA Girl. Speaking of LA, because all of you are in LA, and that was only like around, I think, between $10 and $15. You can buy that at Target. And then my eyeliner is like L'Oreal for like $7. It's so weird. I'm using all drugstore makeup right now, and it's like the same look as if I use like something expensive.
But
so,
isn't L'Oreal? Doesn't L'Oreal own like Estee Lauder? Is it Estee Lauder?
No.
Estee.
L'Oreal owns Lancome, Maybelline. What else? I meant have Kiehl's, and then Estee Lauder owns like MAC, Clinique, La Mer, things like that. And
also
then
La Mer.
Yeah, and Bobbi Brown. They also own Bobbi Brown, Tom Ford, Jo Malone fragrances. I mean, this has been my life for like more than 10 years, and I feel very blessed to have worked in the luxury department store. But after that, and then pandemic happened, I was able to explore more of the drugstore brands. So me being able to incorporate 10 years of experience working for luxury, and then right now being able to explore the drugstore brands, there's actually a lot of good stuff out there. And and that's actually what I incorporate in my channel too, is, like a combination of both as well. Yeah.
And one other thing that you incorporate in your channel is Miss Skittles. So you're a mom.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Yes,
Skittles.
he also actually has his own fan club.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, like, meaning like a lot of people like look for him when he's not around. But he can be a grumpy cat. So as much as possible, I don't want to. I want him to be as sad as possible. If I feel like he's in a good mood, then I bring him along. But if he's not in a good mood, then I just let him be where he is.
how old?
But I love him
Skittles
so
now?
much. Huh?
How long have you had Skittles for?
10. He's 10 years old.
Oh
my
wow, that's amazing. So you're bonded.
Yeah, very bonded, and he's gonna be with me for at least 100 more years.
Speaking of bonded, I can't help but notice the flowers on Angel's little.
Oh, yes!
table.
Oh, this
yeah.
one?
Happy anniversary!
Thank you. 5 years. So I'm happy and I'm lucky to find a partner. I think when I transitioned before, I'm not sure if I ever end up on a relationship or anything like that. But I guess it's true what they say that you love yourself first, and then if you're complete, then you might find somebody who's also complete, and then you can be together. So yeah, thank you, Matt, for the flowers. He thought it's not gonna be this big, and then when we got it, I'm like, oh my god, that's so huge. It's like a bridal.
Super pretty.
What is that, like a premonition for the future?
I don't know. I mean, there's no ring yet, so it's not in the near future.
Will Ali be doing your
I made a
makeup,
joke
or
about it.
will Ali be doing your makeup, or is
Of
Ali going
course.
to be?
Whatever she wants. She can do the makeup. She's gonna be the maid of honor, so it's but I'm far from that. I mean, there's no ring.
Yeah. Well, speaking of love, is there anything to Miss Ali, this is Ali, about like love, or can you tell us about love life? Love life, love life.
You know,
Ano
this is
ba
okay.
sabi?
It's actually a great thing that we're talking about this right now. My friend actually told me once that usually there's 3 things in life, and then out of these 3 things, you're usually lucky if you have 2 out of the 3. For some reason, I don't know why. I kind of like believe in that, or I don't want to believe in it, but for some reason, it just happens to me. So it's my reality. So they say, so it's like, it's either you have, good love life, good home, and good career. I always suffer in the good love life. So I actually said right now that, when I pray, Lord, I'm actually okay already, even if I don't end up with someone, as long as I get to make people happy. And because I came to a point where I'm already like, I'm okay. If I'm just gonna be with my cat for the rest of my life, then I'm okay with that. But if someone is for me somewhere out there, then I'll cross the bridge when I get there. But even if I don't have anyone right now, I'm actually very happy too.
Single life, yeah.
Oh, ayan, yung mga single out there looking for a partner. Ali and Lee Ted, they're both single. Kim Chan is married, but she doesn't wear her wedding ring toss. Asa ang wedding ring?
Ali, question before we run out of time, Ali. Makeup tips for all of us. Like, what would be like the best makeup tip for Kim? I know Kim wears sunglasses.
I'll be honest with you, the best makeup tip I can give to all of you is wear what you think is your version of what's beautiful. If your version of beautiful is not wearing any makeup, then that's beautiful. If your version of makeup is to wear makeup, then that's also beautiful. So whatever your version is actually really beautiful, because at the end of the day, you are basically celebrating your own life. And you need not listen to what advertising says about makeup or what other people say should be best for you. Because at the end of the day, you definitely know what's best for you. You just have to look inside your heart and the answer is there.
Oh my God, wait. Did you buy a crown?
Ali just dropped the mic on us.
Wait, I don't have any crown here. I have this.
I was gonna say, so like if you choose your own, then you're gonna be confidently beautiful. Parang Pia words back. Confidently beautiful.
Yan, Ali.
Oh, thank you so much, Lino. But that's the truth. Like, for example, like I tell my friends, like sometimes they say, why do you have so much makeup? And I was like, walang basagan ng trip. I mean, this is what makes me happy. I don't blame you if you're not wearing any makeup. If you don't want to wear any makeup, then that's beautiful too. But this is my version of what's beautiful. So don't question me, because I'm not questioning you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why would you question me if I'm not questioning you? Diba?
Yeah.
You live your truth. You live what makes you happy. Then let me live what makes me happy.
Well, so if everyone's stuck in an island, this is just a random question. Like, what would be the 2 things that you would have in your purse, like that you can't live without, like in a makeup, like a makeup? What are the 2 things in a makeup category? Yeah, 2 products that you can't live by. You can't live
2 products: eyeliner and false eyelashes.
Wow, yeah.
But there's no glue, so you can.
You're magnetic.
Well, but there's the eyeliner now that has a glue in it, and then you just put like the lashes on top of it.
There's magnetic. There's magnetic false eyelashes. Yeah, it's magnetic, right?
So exactly. So I mean, I haven't tried that yet, but I've tried it on my coworker because she bought one. So yeah, that's something like I said, I can not wear anything, but my eyes has to be there.
So we're almost running out of time, Ali. I know like Angel already said where to find you, but please, again, repetition would make people remember more. And I know a lot of people are already following you, but more people need to follow you because it's just so entertaining and so lighthearted. Like your channel always makes me smile. I watch it first thing in the morning. So like when I watch it, I'm like, okay, my energy level should be from sleepy to like it's like my coffee.
Aww.
It's like my coffee in the morning.
Well, to all my non-Filipino friends, I want you to know that if you want to know a little bit of the Filipino culture, you know, definitely, I mean, please come and watch my channel. You know, I mean, I always bring with me certain things where I came from. And at the same time, to all the Filipinos out there, I'm doing this because I will never forget where I came from. And again, I'm the person that I am today because of my motherland, the Philippines. And I am the woman that I am today because of my home, the United States of America.
And Alley Cat Castle on YouTube, Instagram, and sisters like Angel and Ali
Yes.
on YouTube and Instagram.
And also, please don't forget to always support Charot Room as well. You know, anything, I think any show or any organization that really promotes love, laughter, education, community service, we need to support all those. You know, especially in this pandemic time. You know, there's so many smart, amazing, and beautiful people out there. Everyone deserves a chance. And thank you for Lee, Kim, Angel, Justine, Charot Room, for giving me this opportunity to celebrate how beautiful life is and how beautiful sisterhood is. And, you know, at the end of the day, we're all God's children.
Yes!
And I love you! Mahal kita!
Yes, Charot! Thank you so much for watching. And thank you for
Bye.
watching with us, Charot. Bye!